Hi, we are group number 1. Our application name is LittleloomLocator. The main purpose of our application is to create a website which helps parents to find and easily sign up their children to daycare centers. So throughout this presentation, we'll be going through walking through the UI implementation and also the backend implementation. So let's start on the presentation with the UI implementation. I'll hand over to Namesh to continue the presentation.
Okay, thank you, Nilu. Yeah, first let me share my screen. Yeah, as Nilum said, we have two parties involved in our website product. So first, we have the parents as well as the institutes. So what we need to do is first, when a parent wants to register for in our website or product, we need to go and create an account. So see, this is the login interface that we appear as for the first time. You can go and register. And you can select the user type. Since it's a parent, you can select parent and get registered. So now the user account for the parent is successfully created. Let's check logging into that account. Since the new parent has not registered yet, the product will prompt him to register for the parent with his details. So we can enter his details here. And I'll quickly put some dummy data. And you can submit. Now the parent registration is done. So now we need to add children for that specific parent. So then the parent can go in and include his child. Details here. And if he has any allergies, he can put the allergies here and then add. So once the child is added, the parent can go and delete the child or even update the child details. So once the parent registration and children registration is done, we can log out. And then since this demo, we need to finish it within 20 minutes, I will use an existing parent for the rest of the presentation. And let me log in again with that parent details. This is the existing parent that we have in our system. So as you can see in the left navigation, we have request and children, as well as we have under the request, we have institute search and pass request. So the request page in the institute search tab, we can see all the institution registered under our product, registered in our websites. So, and in the pass request, we can see all the pass requests requested from that particular parent and their status and the other details as well. So let's assume that this parent need to request for a new institution. So then what he can do is he can search from institute name. Let's assume that he wants to get registered for Sing Daycare Institute. So he can search from Sing, the institute name, or he can just type in his city and search for it. So now he can see all the listed institutions in the cities array. So now he can request using this actions button. He can select the child. So if he has, this parent has 2 child. So if he wants his child number 1 to be enrolled for these institutions, he can select the child and he can select the type of enrollment. So we would go for enrollment and any message for the institution. So then the parent can request for enrollment. So once it's done, you can go and check past requests. So now we have 2 requests from the Sing and Smile Childcare. So, and we can delete any past request from that parent from the actions button. We can delete it here. And since now the request been created, let's log into the Sing and Smile institutions and see whether we have received it, that particular request from that parent. Okay, so this is the institution interface. So as you can see, we have a notification button. So if you go there and you'd see the new request from that particular parent created a minute ago. So you can just click it and just mark it read. And also you can see under the request page, there's a new request created by this particular parent. So you can go and put a message. Let's call it approved and approve this request, or you can either reject it. So in this case, we would confirm it with the message approved and the request has been approved. So now you can see this available slots. So this particular Sing and Smile institution has capacity of 30 seats. Since we approved one of these requests, now it has been reduced to 29. So it dynamically, as every time you approve a request, it will dynamically reduce the available slots. And now you can go. We can log out from this page. Since we have approved the request and put a message to the parent, we can go and check. That particular parent's login. And now under past request, the first thing to notice is we can notify, there's a notification button there. So this is the message from the Sing and Smile Childcare created a minute ago. when the institute successfully approved the request, and you can mark it read. And on the past request tab also, now this request has been confirmed. So now, since this request has been confirmed, the parent can either delete the other pending request, or he can keep it, like he can wait until that institutions also confirm. So in this case, I will delete one of the pending requests. And the status gets changed to cancelled. And the whole process is completed now. So, another things to notice is like when the parent wants to edit his children's details, he can go there and edit the child or remove the child with this interface. So that is about the UI flow. So now I will hand over to Indika to present the front end part of our project.
Hi. Okay, let me go through the front end of our project. So I'll go through the project structure first. First, let me share the front end code. Okay, 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 okay. So I'll go through the project structure first. So as you can see, our project is basically consists of few components, few folders. So in the asset folder, you can we included all the images and the other things that needed for our app. In the common, we included all the common JS file that we are using in throughout the applications, the common HTTPS service file and the utility functions as well. And all the component UI component are categorized here since our project is a bit bigger one. So we categorize under each screen, children, institute, parent, likewise. And the other common generic components are inside the common folder. And additionally, we added mixin and stores, but we haven't used any mixin or stores for our project at the moment. So all the inside the router file, we have the router file that we use in our project. And if we go to the services, as you can see, we have several types of services file for each model that we are using in our project. So this is the basic structure of our project. And and if I talk about the common utility file that we created here, so we created this function. So in this class file, as you can see, we added some generic functions that we can use throughout the system without having imported to each and every file. So this way we can create generic functions in our applications, and we can add them in the main.js as a global property like this. So then if you go to the I'll show you how we use this in one of our form. As you can see here, we can easily use this utility function without importing each and every time whenever we need it. So we can basically use this way throughout the application easily. So this is about the utility function. And apart from that, we keep our basic data that we need, like user data, children data, throughout the application using local storage. So it's, as you can see, we use utility functions to save the local storage information here. Okay, let me talk through the application layout. So as you can see, let me change my screen to a different. Okay, this is our application, right? So in here, we can see we have one header and one sidebar for the navigations and one main content and one footer. So this is how we implemented this structure in our project. Okay, as you can see here, if you go to the main layout, so we implemented our header bar, sidebar, and one footer bar and one main layout in a single place. So benefit of doing this way is that we don't need to rewrite the same thing like header information in each and every page. So it's only in one single place. So this way we can avoid the code redundancy as well. And whenever user navigated from one screen to another screen, only the main content will be changed. So the header bar, sidebar, footer bar will be the same as it is. And in our application, apart from the layout, we use some additional plugins to make it beautiful and have a good experience for the end user. And for the styling and theming purpose, we use Bootstrap.js. And for the manipulation, date manipulation, we use Moment.js. And for the data manipulation, like sorting, looping, and all those things, we use Lodash.js. And the notification, for the notification, success messages, error messages, we use Toastify. So this is the basic, the front end part of our application. So let's continue with the backend. I'll stop sharing. Thank you.
Hi. Okay. I'll explain about our backend application. Let me share my screen. Okay. So we use Spring Boot application for our backend API resources. So we structured the application according to the MVC architecture. So we have models, controllers, and repositories. First of all, we identify the initial entities, and we created all the model classes for that. Here, we specify the relationship with our models, like parent have a relationship with children. So children has a parent ID. Then we have property to get the parent details there. And also JPA repo classes to do the database manipulations and grab the query the data. And yeah, so we in the controller classes we have done all the CRUD operations and also some of other operations to manipulate the data and retrieve the data. Yes, for the initial data insertion part, we use the application file to insert some initial data to the models, and we use repositories to add the model data to the database. Yeah, so that's all about the backend application. So thank you very much.